This is the Iron Trader, and this is midday trading. So I'm going to take a look here at natural gas and at crude oil, and then we're going to throw old Goldman Sachs in the mix. This video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy, sell any stock, commodity, ETF. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Okay, the first thing we're going to look at here is looking at the futures contracts here, okay? So when we have that contract roll, we had a very, very good, excellent point that was posted here on the chat room, okay? So when natural gas jumps up, okay, so you're going to go from the May contract, 1.74, you're going to jump right up to 1.97. Now, I just want to make it clear that if you're trading these ETFs like UNG or BOIL for the long or KOLD for the short, they don't jump up like that. They're just staying out level. Just the price of the natural gas is jumping up here, okay? So now when you look at this May, you can see where it's going to jump up pretty significantly as we get progress here all the way here to the winter months. You can see how she's jumping up very, very nicely. But again, like on UNG or the BOIL, it's not going to do that. Now I'm going to show you a pretty good example of what I'm talking about. Okay, here we have the UNG, here we have the natural gas. Okay, so this is where the contract roll right there. Okay, see how this on 325, and then right there. See that gap, how it gapped right on up here? Now, let's take a look here on the UNG and see how that rolled. Okay, so we want to look right there for the 25th, okay, which is right there. See the green candle? Okay, look at the next day. It did not roll, okay? It did not jump up like what you think it is. So just remember that when you're buying this, you say, oh, geez, the next contract's coming up. I can buy UNG. I can make a quick money. It doesn't work like that. These are trading vehicles, okay? That's all what they are. They're not going to jump up like that. So basically, when you look at this here, okay, you had 325. On 325, you had 15. The high was 15.20. The next day, okay, you had 15.15. Okay. Now, when we come over here, look at this. What do you have? You had your high of 1.67, and then look at there. You had your high of 1.83. You see the difference? So don't look at this as this. Oh, it's going to jump up. I contract roll. I'm going to make some money. Does not work like that. Okay, so let's take a look here at natural gas. Okay, here we have natural gas, your daily and your weekly chart. Now, natural gas real time sitting here right at 1.749. Okay, so you're right now pretty much right at that 1.753. So by tomorrow, you really want to close above this 8 simple moving average. If not, we can have this kind of a scenario right here where you're fighting that 8 SMA, and then she could go sideways to down. So always watch this here on your weekly chart. Now, your RSI here, it's just kind of kissing each other here. It hasn't went up there yet today. But again, you know what I'm saying? Just keep your eye on that and keep your eye on that 8 SMA here on Friday at the close. Very, very key. Now, let's just take a look here on the old daily chart. Now we can see exactly what I was always talking about here is how strong that these simple moving averages are. Okay, this is why you want to trade the chart. So you had 1.76 here. Okay, we had 1.76 here. What do we have here? 1.76 here. Okay, so you're all right there. So today's high we got so far as what did we get there? Okay, 1.78. So we went a little bit above it. However, you just can't close above that. Okay, so what we're really looking for is if we could close at this level at that 1.80. That would be very, very good. Let me bigger up a little bit here. Okay, so this is what you really want to do is you want to close here right at that 1.8 level. That way you would be above your 50-day, your 21-day, and your 8 simple moving average here. Okay, so we got to see how this is going to play out here the rest of the day. If you can, there's your target 1.85, 1.89, 1.92, and then 1.93 is your retest. Then obviously what we do is look to the left, 1.95, 1.98, and this is what you're looking for is that 2.0 if you can break above. Now we got to see how this all kind of shakes out here. So when we have these 2 red candles, it went there quite a few times, not this time here, but see the nice pop up that we had. Now after that contract roll, probably pop this price here will be above all those key simple moving averages. But then we have to see if it's going to be the same kind of a scenario and try to run right on up here, or is this going to be sideways here to down? Okay, so just really today, you just have to watch this 1.76. This is very, very key, okay? So I did have some nice scalps here in the UNG here. I got 20 cents so far out of UNG, but again, I'm trading 5,000 shares. But again, it wasn't a really easy because you don't have a whole lot of movement. Today you had 1439 on the bottom low, 1460 there on the top. Okay, so I scalped this thing twice to get the 20 cents. It wasn't like it just fall in your lap. But again, take what is out there, not what you want. That's what you have to look at. The whole key is based on this 1.76. Once we close above, then we can look at the 180 to 185 and then your big target at the 1.943. Now, what you want to look on the bottom side is obviously you want to watch today's low. That's 1.71. We want to watch yesterday's low. That's 1.66. And then here is 1.64. If that's lost, you're going to go to 1.60, and then we have 1.589 is your big retest. But when we look at the chart here, I pointed this out here many times. You have a low, higher low, higher low, higher low. If we can zoom out of this area here and get back in here and maybe above that price channel, then this here would be like a bullish takeover, because right now she is just flat ski. Okay, let's take a look here on the hourly and the 4 hour. Okay, now nothing has really changed here from this morning. Okay, so we had this nice double bottom situation going on here. See this? We're at a low, and then we have a higher low. That's always very, very bullish. Okay, so we have a nice bottom going there, but look at all this resistance. See right there? Everything is in that 1.76 to 1.7 area. You got to blast above this, and we can get up here to get this 1.80. If we can take that out, that would be very key. Then your next level here is you're going to be is going to be at 1.843, and then we'll come right here to the top, bring that price channel right across, and then what do you have? You have 1.89, and then we'll look up here, that 1.90, and then we have 1.92, and then there's the retest at 1.94. But overall, this chart does not look too bad because we're holding this level here. See this 1.64 here? We filled that gap, and we're holding here right across very, very nicely. Okay, so overall, this is not really too bad because you can look at it like a double bottom situation off of this point here. Okay, so but the key is you got to blast through all of that. So here's that nice double bottom that we have going right now. Okay, and then what you can see, you got to get through this area. This is very, very key. So don't force a trade. Okay, I was working it like a circus monkey here, trying to get that 20 cents out of that UNG here. Okay, so that's what basically that you could get. Okay, but right now, until you close above that, it's going to be very, very difficult. Then you can hit that 1.80. Then we can be off to the races. But until then, it's either small scalps or just sit on your hands and be a little patient. Okay, let's take a look here at crude oil. Now, crude oil today was an absolutely excellent day of trading. I scalped it in a UCO at 33.08. I posted that in my morning video, and I sold it out at 33.68. I didn't get the high. It went all the way up to 78, but I was happy with that 60 cents, okay? And then she come flying right on down again, which was very, very nice. And it got as low as 32.99. Now, I didn't get the 32.99, but I got 33.05, okay? So right now, I'm still in the trade at 33.05, okay? So I have a 33.60 stop right under right now, okay? So that's what I have on the UCO. But we got to see how this is going to roll here today. Now, again, what I do like about this is this morning we had a gap and a fill on top of this candle and right at the bottom. But now you can see where that is filled up here. Now we have a bottoming tail so far today, but again, it's only 12:30. So we got to get above this. If we can roll above that, then we can go to these nice targets. So what you obviously want to watch is today's high. That's that 82.84. And then we want to do is watch here, 83.12, 83.21. That's going to be your next levels, okay? And then what we do is we look right here to the bottom. That's 83.85. Okay, that's what you're looking for. And then we're looking here for this 84.07. Very, very key. Then we can obviously hit that 8 SMA, but let's not worry about that. The 21 day is going to be a real biatch to try to get through, okay? So just remember that this is not going to just float like a butterfly through that thing. What I don't like is this 8-day rollover. If you go above that 21 day, this is going to be right into it. So again, this is just a scalp situation going on here. But again, I got 2 trades in there, 5,000 shares, working really, really good. Now, on the weekly chart here, what we got to do is you got to watch here. This is what you want to close here by Friday, above that 82.34 and above this key 82.17. So far we had a bottoming tail. We got to see if we can, close right back above. That's going to be the key. Now your RSI here is kind of moving on the way down here, but that can roll back up here very easy. I don't like this. Your green below your red, that shows momentum, but to the downside. But what am I, not a fear, but everything what I'm looking at here is when this rolls up here, that 21 day is going to stop. It's dead in the track. So just scalp this market. Okay, now UCO, as what I've been doing here, is a very good scalp. I held the SCO yesterday, and I sold it here this morning at 14.95. Again, I didn't get 15.95. I didn't get the high, but I sold it right there in the pre-market first thing, and that was a good trade. I held overnight because I could see when the futures came out here after 6, this was holding in, and then it dropped below. Once it drops below, that tells me you're going to go down to the next level. So really, really good trade. So I am flat right now on SCO, but I still have the UCO going, and with a 33.60 stop from 33.05. So I got to see how that's going to go. So I already got the 60 cents in the pocket. Now I'm going to see if I can get a little bit more out of this. Got a lot of day left. Okay, let's take a look here at Goldman Sachs. Okay, now Goldman Sachs had really good numbers, okay? And obviously JP Morgan is rallying today. Goldman Sachs is rallying here today. Now we have this 419.20 high, okay? But we have to get through some resistance first. So what we're really looking at here first is going to be 406.14. That's going to be very, very key. Now you can see where we went up in it, but you're not above it, okay? So again, if we can go and get above all that area, then what we want to do is we want to go right here to this candle. This is very, very key. That's 412.87, because if you look right to the left here, what do you have? Okay, you got 413.22. So you have a little double top situation going there. But a lot of times, if you can blast up through there, then we can go up higher here. And this is what you're looking for, is that 419.20. Again, you get above that, then it's blue sky. Okay, on the downside here, you want to watch is 464. Very, very key. And then we want to watch that 50 SMA at 395.47. Okay, below that. Now there is a gap here. So what you want to do is you want to watch the bottom of this candle, 395.18, and then we want to watch the top of that at 394.09. So gap and fill right after we get this 50 SMA. And then obviously if that's lost, you have 386 sitting there, and then we have your 383.80. But right now here, it's not looking really too bad. They had really good numbers going forward here. This MACD, if that could curl right back up here, you could send that stock higher. Now 419, once you get above that, you got nice, good blue sky ahead of you. Probably looking for that 450, even $500 target here on the old Goldman Sachs. Okay, that's what we got for you. I'll be back here after the pit close, and we'll go a little bit more in depth on crude oil and natural gas. Now remember, like when you trade in these ETFs like the UNG or the BOIL or the KOLD here, they're not going to do what you think they're going to do, okay? So if the contract roll jumps the price up or jumps the price down, it's not going to really affect those, okay? So just remember that, okay? Very, very good point that was posted in the chat room. Really appreciate that. That's really good. And another thing here about the crude oil, just take what you can get, same way with natural gas. Natural gas, watch that 1.76 to 1.7 area. If you can climb above that, then she can rip higher, But again, if it can't, then it's going to be sideways to down. Okay, that's what I got for you. Thanks for watching.